let's talk specifically about the challenge of influencing upwards. You know, when we talk about managers who are disempowering and all that, what advice would you give someone who's working under a manager who, let's say, is too much of a micromanager or lacks direction or lacks compassion? What advice would you give to this worker?
To start with compassion first, as funny as it sounds, we often ask and expect our leaders to be compassionate, and they should, because they have risen through the ranks of seniority, and we do look to leaders for examples of what we should do. That being said, we shouldn't wait 12 months to a performance review until we get some bad feedback about, oh, hang on, we've done this, and this really well, but these are the things you need to improve. So part of it is taking responsibility for what you can control. Part of it is doing the preparation work when it comes to meeting with your manager to make sure you're on the same page. And if you've come from a style of micromanagement or very specific delegation and that really works for you, have those conversations earlier in the relationship. It helps to reduce the likelihood of conflicts or resentments. We need to remember that everybody's working really hard and wanting to do great things. And, you know, sometimes people do things differently to us. So part of it's communicating what you expect. And another part of it is also really taking the time to appreciate what's great about your manager, what's great about your leader. Nobody's perfect, but there are some fantastic leaders out there who do amazing things. And I often find that you get further with sugar than you do with salt. So if you can start by finding something that you can respect or admire or appreciate. Maybe they've worked really hard to get to the position that they're in, and they just want somebody on their team who is not always trying to get all the time from them, but also happy to contribute and to give. I'd look at the emails, I'd look at the phone calls. Are they big picture or are they small detail? Are they more people focused? Do they love talking about the weekend and the social side of things? Or at work, is it more about the task, the outcome and the process? After the longer you're in that relationship, you'll start to get some do's and don'ts, and that naturally happens over time. In the beginning, if you ask and pay attention, it'll save you a lot of heartache and hopefully give you some great fulfilling work relationships as well.